Live from Central London, it's 10:15. I'm Louis Holder. This is Government and Politics Live with Darya Ashrafi. Hello, Darya. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Louis.
Hey, glad to be here on the air. Good gosh, we have been away for so long. It's Wednesday the 7th of October. Getting a bit chilly. But boy, it's been a good summer, and it's going to be an even better autumn as we're going to make it for you right now here on the Louis Holder Show. We're here to talk to you about government and politics, obviously. We're joined by our in-house specialist, Darya Ashrafi, who will be talking to you about things, the events of today. For example, in Manchester, David Cameron vowed his assault on poverty in a conference speech where he was basically thrashing the poor. Do you want to tell us more about that, Darya?
Well, he promised to end discrimination and finish the fight for real equality, but unfortunately, he disappointed us all.
Yeah.
He also vowed to tackle big social problems, including extremism and segregation caused by faith schools.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, he condemns passive tolerance. Well, this is another one of his points, actually. He condemns passive tolerance of female genital mutilation and forced marriages. I think that's all right. But I'm not happy with his point of saying that he would not... he'd not duck a fight over EU reform ahead of the UK's membership referendum. The problem with that is he true to his word? That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm concerned about. In these desperate times where we call for desperate measures and stuff, and you've got the likes of Jeremy Corbyn promising all sorts of amazing things, how can we trust this leader of ours for the next few years as he is still the country's Prime Minister?
Well, you really can't. And unfortunately, that's where the problem lies with David Cameron.
Do you wish to elaborate on that point any further, Darya? Well, in his speech, Mr. Cameron appealed to the centre ground of British politics with a long section on equality and said the Conservatives would keep our head as Labour lose theirs. Britain has the lowest social mobility in the developed world, Mr. Cameron said. Here, the salary you earn is more linked to what your father got paid than in any other major country, he said. I'm sorry, for us Conservatives, the party of aspiration, we cannot accept that. He got a standing ovation from Conservative members for a strongly worded attack on Jeremy Corbyn, telling them, we cannot let that man inflict his security-threatening, terrorist-sympathising, Britain-hating ideology on the country we love. The Prime Minister referenced remarks made by Mr. Corbyn in 2011 about the death of Osama bin Laden when he said it was a tragedy the Al-Qaeda chief was killed rather than being put on trial. Mr. Corbyn had gone on to describe the attack on the World Trade Center wars in Afghanistan and Iraq and the death of bin Laden as tragedies, arguing the solution has got to be law, not war. The three-word Conservative conference slogan was the backdrop for the speech, which was security, stability, opportunity. You see David Cameron in a remarkable photograph taken by the European Press Association. He's got his hands in the air. He looks pretty confident with himself. But genuinely speaking, I mean, David Cameron, he is seen as the leader of this country. The reason why, in my opinion, he was voted back into this at the election just gone in May is because the country don't like change. And yeah, he was doing a good job. He got the UK out of the economic badness. What do you think? I take it that we've lost connection with Darya. She'll be back with us later, obviously, as we try and connect with her again. But it seems that either we've lost connection or her vocal cords refuse to give. So let's turn our attention to the weather and rain becoming confined to the Northern Isles overnight, leaving most places dry with clear spells and thus the occasional shower. Chilly then of late with fog patches. Temperatures high of 12 degrees now, coming up to 11 o'clock now in the United Kingdom. Let's talk to you more about other things that are going on in the news today. Let's give some more headlines.
Oh, hello.
Hello, you're back.
Hi, I'm back.
There was a connection issue, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Well, it can't be the connection on this end because we're streaming in live high quality on Spreaker.com and on web radio, so we are brilliant and dandy. How's it doing up in North London for you?
Well, the weather's as terrible, and today has been dreary and rainy.
Dreary and rainy, nasty stuff. It's been dreary and rainy in central London, but I can't imagine it being, well, it's probably worse up there. What have you been up to today? You had a nice day?
Yeah, it's been eventful, college and all that.
Nice.
And yours?
My day's been very good, thank you. What have I been up to today? I'm actually feeling a bit poorly, a bit under the weather.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay.
Hello, what's going on? Hello?
Oh, the Great British Bake Off winner was crowned today.
Oh. Ooh.
Nadia Hussain has risen to the occasion to be crowned the winner of this year's Great British Bake Off. So, yeah.
Excellent. Nice one. Oh, yes, I can see. It's like we're broadcasting just in general. Yeah, but obviously, when we do our proper shows, me and Darya, the big power couple, girlfriend and boyfriend extraordinaire, we will be broadcasting loads, our views on government and politics, and all sorts of very interesting stuff indeed. Now, more on entertainment and the arts. Meryl Streep says she finds it infuriating that box office buzz for a film is often driven by film critics who are overwhelmingly male. This is terrible stuff. The Oscar-winning actress plays women's rights activist Emmeline... Sorry, I'm just feeling quite tired. It's not that I can't read that. It's Emmeline Pankhurst, just for the record. It's the fact that I feel very, very tired. It's 10:23. I feel like watching some Downton Abbey, not reading the news for you, for an audience of presumably 0 people at this time of day. The Oscar-winning actress plays women's rights activist in the film Suffragette. I would highly recommend going to see that. It's an excellent film. It's got Carey Mulligan in it and Meryl Streep, so what more could you want? Yeah, Meryl Streep's really good in it, actually. She's the probably the greatest living actress of all time. Definitely by my standards. The period drama, which also stars Carey Mulligan, opened the London Film Festival today. Speaking before its gala screening, she bemoaned the lack of inclusion of women in enterprises around the world, not just in creative media and in the film industries, in the creative industries rather. If men don't look around the board at government's table and feel something is wrong when half the people there are not women, then we're not going to make any progress, she said. Talking about the film industry, Streep said a huge part of this business is driven by buzz. I wanted to find out what controls buzz. Suffragists, in their own words, she said she had counted the numbers of approved critics and bloggers on the influential Rotten Tomatoes website and found that 168 were women, while 760 were men. The New York Film Critics Circle had 37 men and 2 women. Men and women are not the same. Sometimes their tastes diverge, Streep said. The word isn't disheartening, it's infuriating. People accept this as received wisdom. We need inclusion. So yes, she was saying some inspirational stuff today, obviously. Meryl Streep, she's a real activist for women in the film industry, obviously at Oscars parties and so on. She speaks out and supports anyone else who is in favour of equal pay for women in the industry. Her herself, when she was in movies, let's say starring Alec Baldwin and George Clooney, she would only get paid a fifth the price, even if the male counterpart of whoever's starring in that film, whether A-list or B-list or whatever, she's clearly A-list celebrity. She's clearly a woman, right? She should get paid equally, and it's not fair that she doesn't get paid the same as men, because it's just because of her sex and not because of her stature in film society. And frankly, that should be recognised more. So yeah, enough of my equality rants on women and stuff like that. I shall give that
agree.
a rest for the night, not the rant. Thank you very much, Daria, for agreeing with me there. The Great British Bake Off was the winner was Crown. That's great and all that. Taking a look now at education news. How much time we got on the clock? Oh, good. We got 20 minutes. Brilliant. So much time. Yeah, religious supplementary schools in England that teach children intolerance will be investigated and closed down, Prime Minister David Cameron has said. In his speech to the Conservative Party conference, Mr Cameron promised to open these religious schools to inspection. He said there was no problem with children learning about their faith in supplementary schools, but minds must not be broadened, not filled with poison. The Muslim Council of Britain said it had concerns about the plans. Speaking in Manchester, Mr Cameron told delegates, "Did you know in our country there are some children who spend several hours each day at a madrasa? Let me be clear, there is nothing wrong with children learning about their faith, whether it's at madrasas, Sunday schools or Jewish yeshivas. But in some madrasas we've got children being taught that they shouldn't mix with people of other religions, being beaten, swallowing conspiracy theories about Jewish people. These children should be having their minds opened, their horizons broadened, not having their heads filled with poison and their hearts filled with hate." Once again, we got that quote highlighted, heads filled with poison. A strong, poignant image from the man himself, David Cameron, who himself is full of shit. So, in our health news, the 3 West African countries at the heart of the Ebola epidemic recorded their first week with no new cases since the outbreak of this Ebola began in March 2014, which is great news. Really, really great news. But it doesn't mean that people with Ebola, all of them have been cured. It just means no new cases, highlighting the word new. The outbreak has so far killed more than 11,000 people in Guinea, Liberia and Sierra Leone, according to the World Health Organization. New cases have fallen sharply in 2015, but the WHO has warned that the disease could break out again. The epidemic is the worst known occurrence of Ebola in history. More than 500 people believed to have had dangerous contact with an Ebola patient remain under follow-up in Guinea, the WHO said in a report. It also said several high-risk people linked to recent patients in Guinea and Sierra Leone had been lost track of. Liberia has also already been declared free of the disease after 42 days without a new case. It is the second time the country received a declaration following a flare-up in June. And Sierra Leone released its last known Ebola patient on the 28th of September and must now wait to be declared free of the disease, which probably will be never, because Sierra Leone has a terrible hygiene record. So probably lots of people are going to die there. Please don't sue me. Yeah, business news now. Love a bit of business. Should we go business? I'm not feeling business.
Science! Why not science?
Why not science? That's a really good call, Daria, because business news, we all know that all businessmen and businesses are corrupt as each other. So let's go and get some good science news. Come on. Excellent news. Chemistry Nobel. Yes, the 2015 Nobel Prize in Chemistry has been awarded for discoveries in DNA repair. Thomas Lindahl and Paul Modric and Aziz Sandar were Sankar. Thank you. Were named as the winners on Wednesday morning at a news conference in Stockholm, Sweden. Their work uncovered the mechanisms used by cells to repair damaged DNA. A fundamental process in living cells and important in cancer. Professor Lindahl is Swedish but has worked in the UK for more than 3 decades. The prize money of 8 million Swedish krona, that's £634,000 or $970,000 American dollars, will be shared among the winners. It was a surprise. I know that over the years I've occasionally been considered for a prize, but so have hundreds of other people. I feel lucky and proud to be selected today. Thomas Lindahl from the UK's Francis Crick Institute told journalists. Claes Gustafsson from the Nobel Committee said the recipients had explained the processes at the molecular level that guard the integrity of our genomes. How very good. And those 3 people, if you see the picture by Reuters, they look very happy with themselves. Just some old, funny-looking men who look like they come out of some kind of weird Little House on the Prairie kind of gypsy stuff. Yeah, very nice indeed. Taking a look now at sport, and oh dear, it's not looking good for Sepp Blatter. He faces a 90-day provisional suspension after investigation by its ethics committees. I knew that he was going to get caught. Members of FIFA's ethics committee have recommended a sanction after the Swiss Attorney General opened criminal proceedings against the 79-year-old. He's accused of signing a contract unfavourable to football's governing body and making disloyal payment to UEFA President Michel Platini. Of course, obviously, Blatter denies any wrongdoing, and his lawyer said he has not been notified of any action. Yeah, whatever, like we believe that. European football's chief Platini, who wants to succeed Blatter, has said the payment was valid compensation from his time working under the Swiss more than 9 years ago. What a corrupt man. The investigatory chamber of FIFA's ethics committee has requested the ban, and a final decision is likely to be made on Thursday by Hans Joachim Eckert, the head of FIFA's ethics adjudicatory chamber. Blatter's advisor Klaus Stockler had said the FIFA president was calm after being told the news, but a statement from his legal representatives denied he had been made aware of any decision. What a terrible man. Daria, you haven't said anything for a very long time. What do you think about just everything? What comes to mind?
I think it's just generally terrible.
Generally terrible.
As with most things.
Yes, you are correct.
And now, moving on to magazines.
Oh.
Guns at home, the question US parents hate to ask. This week in the USA, at least 2 children have died after being shot by other children. For American parents, questions of gun safety are starting to become de rigueur for potential playdates. When my son was 4 months old and it was time to return work, my husband and I were hoping to meet a few nearby couples to split the cost of full-time childcare. And a few fits and starts, we were finally having dinner with a nice family down the road. Their son was born a day before ours. Their schedules were compatible, their expectations similar. As dinner turned into coffee, things were looking positive. There was just one last issue. Listen, I said, just so you know, we, don't own guns. A look of relief flooded over the mother's face. Us neither, she assured me. It was the first time I had to bring up guns in the name of keeping my son safe, but it wouldn't be the last. My son is 2 now, and thus far has had very few instances where he goes over to a friend's home without me or my husband. But it always has been my plan to ask the parents of potential playdates about the status of weapons in their homes. It feels too risky to do otherwise. Almost every week in the USA, there are stories of children shot accidentally while playing with a gun they didn't know was loaded or stumbling across a pistol shoved into a drawer. Once, I brought up the gun question to a mother who offered to let my son stay at her place. It was awkward. She said no, but clearly shocked that I even had to ask. First of all, I don't know why she'd be shocked to be asked that question. It's just for the safety of a child. I don't understand why that mother would even be shocked, to be honest.
Yeah, it's very weird. I don't know, I mean, that's just... I think the mum needs a bit of questioning now, because she's obviously got some issues. What's that? Is she carrying a gun? She is carrying a gun, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
What a complete nutter, and she's having...
She's a hypocrite herself.
Big fat hypocrite as well. I mean, look at that
Yeah.
ass. Like, seriously, how did she get laid in the first place? Who'd want to do that? Sorry, a bit off the question there. A bit off the topic as well. Why am I talking about that? Let's go to technology. Let's do the technology intro as well.
Ooh. Technology!
Technology! Hey, welcome to technology. So-called Islamic State groups has shifted its propaganda distribution to the secure mobile messaging app Telegram from Twitter. Yeah, that's the end of the technology update.
Technology!
Wait. Give it like 5 seconds. Okay, and then you can do your thing. Okay, alright, go on. Go. Oh, you missed it. I said give it like 5 seconds, then you do the technology thing. Alright, let's just try that again. You need to keep with the game, Darya. Too slow. Okay, do it. Do it now.
Technology!
Alright, that was better that time, but we can work on that. So,
over in the technology section, Toyota promises driverless cars on roads by 2020. My bad. 2020. Wow, impressive.
Oh.
Mm.
So yeah,
That's cool.
we've got 8 minutes. If you join us in a bit, actually, if you join us when... I was going to say, yeah, if you join us in 15 minutes after the show has ended, it will be the music portion of our programme. We're going to be playing you the best tunes for your Wednesday night. Dancing and stuff like that. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be great. I'm obviously the best DJ in town. I'm the only DJ you need to be listening to. No one else. Not Chris Moyles on Radio 1. Nothing on Kiss or Capital or all that shit. You want to be right here on the Louis Holder Show. Right now you're listening to Government UK Live with Louis Holder and Darya Ashrafi, which will become a regular fixture on Louis Holder FM. We're not quite an FM station just yet. We just make it onto web radio and Spreaker.com. Soon to be MW and all things like that, so you can catch us on local area radio within the 2-mile radius of central London. That's very exciting. City of Westminster College students can also listen to us via the radio station, which is very exciting. You can listen to yours truly from there. And if you want to like or subscribe or comment or whatever, my website is louisholder.com. That's the link that you'll need. It's all very good. My proper radio voice is not with me today because I'm a little bit under the weather. I can't speak properly because of ulcers and all sorts of horrible nastiness on my tongue and on my lips and stuff like that. Therefore, it sounds ridiculous when I'm speaking at the moment, like I'm Goofy from Mickey Mouse Clubhouse thingy. But it will get there eventually. In time, y'all. It'll be good. So yeah, that is a slight over-exaggeration of the true state of myself at the moment. But yeah, it's all very exciting. We've got driverless cars, as Darya just mentioned, by Toyota by 2020. That's all very good and well.
Kentucky pet store worker nearly crushed to death by python.
What?
That's interesting.
A what?
A man working at a Kentucky pet store has been seriously hurt after a massive python he was feeding nearly crushed him to death.
Oh no.
Ooh. Oh. The python weighed 56 kg and measured 6 meters long.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And, quote, it was only by the grace of God that one of the officers knew how to deal with snakes.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. Ha 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 ha. Oh no, you shouldn't be laughing at that. So yeah, we got lots of stuff to come up in today's programme. We've got 5 minutes to go, and then we're going to be off the air. How sad. But yeah, this is the kind of first for Darya for her radio broadcasting career. It's very exciting. Remember, Darya, your humble beginnings were on the Louis Holder Show with Louis Holder, also known as your boyfriend. Sorry, just have to put that out there. It's very important. Darya is my girlfriend. I'm very proud of that. I want everyone to know that. Anyone that lays a finger on that, I will exploit you, embarrass you, and maybe even have sex with you. I don't know. No, I won't do that. You'll be having sex with yourself because I will have bent your penis in such a way so that it reaches far back inside of you. Okay, great. So let's talk to you about the UK's end-of-life care. Best in the world. End-of-life care in the UK, because a lot of you will be wanting to end your life after this broadcast because of how dull it is. End-of-life care in the UK has been ranked as the best in the world, with a study praising quality and availability of services. The study of 8 countries said, thanks to the NHS and hospice movement, the care provided was second to none. Rich nations tended to perform the best, with Australia and New Zealand ranked second and third respectively. But the report by the Economist Intelligence Unit praised progress made in some of the poorest countries. For example, Mongolia, ranked 28th, has invested in hospice facilities, while Uganda, 35th, has managed to improve access to pain control through a public-private partnership. So yeah, the UK is in the top 10, 93.9 out of 100. It's very good. Very, very, very good. Very, very good. The rankings were worked out following assessments for the quality of the hospitals and hospice environment, staffing numbers and skills, affordability of care and quality of care. Phew, that was a mouthful to say. Just 34 out of 80 countries provided what could be classed as good end-of-life care, needs to account for just 15% of the adult population. The report said the quality of end-of-life care was becoming increasingly important with the aging population, meaning people were increasingly facing drawn-out deaths. It's no major surprise that rich countries with strong health systems provide some of the world's best palliative care, but a few poor nations are bucking the trend, and it's often going down to the efforts of individuals campaigning for everyone to be allowed dignified and pain-free care. Panama, Chile, Mongolia, and Uganda are singled out for praise, whereas the situation in India is described as worse. Did anyone get that? Did anyone understand that? Oh, I don't think so. Let me say it a bit slower. The rankings.
Time's out. Over in Asia, in Sri Lanka specifically, in an unusual move, a court in Sri Lanka has sentenced 4 government soldiers to 25 years in prison for the gang rape of a Tamil woman in northern Sri Lanka.
Oh my god, someone's mother just told them to be a bit quieter. Go on, carry on. Okay,
the incident occurred at a resettlement camp in, oh my gosh, Vishwamadu Kilinochichi. It took place in June 2010, a year after government forces defeated the Tamil Tiger rebels in the region. The men were sentenced by the High Court in Jaffna, the capital of Northern Province. I will divorce you if you keep snoring.
What? Oh, it's just you, just waffling on and talking a load of shit. Oh,
excuse me.
Well, that's good. Don't worry. No, that's very, very good. You were very, very good. Religious supplementary schools in England that teach children intolerance will be investigated and closed down, Prime Minister David Cameron says. Ooh, we've just talked about this. 1 minute 30 on the clock. It's been a 28.5-minute episode. Oh, it's been amazing, hasn't it, Daria? It's been amazing.
Of course it has.
Alright, I need to get some techno going. Oh no, shit, that was noisy. Right, that's our theme tune closing. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I sound a bit drunk. It's 10:44, quarter to 11. Thank you, Daria, for tuning in with us on Spreaker.com. Government UK Live with Louis Holder and Darya Ashrafi. Was an amazing show. And
this show's full of shit.
And, excuse me? The show's full of shit, did you say? You retard, how could you say such things? Alright, so yeah, we'll be back very soon. There'll be a regular fixture. And thank you very much for listening. For anyone, please like, comment, subscribe. We haven't really got Twitter or Instagram yet.
And do visit louisholder.com, please.
Yes, yes,
Louis
please.
Holder's amazing work.
Oh, thank you. All right, take care, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.
very soon. Bye!
Bye!